Your Majesties, we have good news. Today we're going to talk about this whole the president of Kenya offering visa free to all black people around the world to move down to Kenya. All right, it was Ghana at first, which a lot of things are even behind that, which I really do not want to talk about because I'm even ashamed of coming out here to talk about some things, Your Majesties. But it still boils down to we loving ourselves. We still have to do more. Africans have to do more in terms of loving the diasporans. The diasporans have to do more in terms of loving their brothers in Africa. And the both have to learn to accommodate. All right? That is it. All right, Your Majesties, welcome back. Thank you so much for always returning. Hope you're well in all your ways and you're loving yourself and others, like always. All right, like I said earlier, the president of Ghana is offering a visa free to all black people. So you could easily come to Ghana. All right, whether you wanting to do business or you coming to live in, it's gonna be a very free movement for you. Most of all those holding here and there will not be there anymore. All right, and this is good news. Personally, I feel it's good news because even those within the continent can move around to Kenya as well, and it's something that other countries in Al-Kabulan should welcome. We have to propagate. All right, we have to agitate for free movement. We have to do this. This is our right. It's our continent, Your Majesties. Whether you are a diasporan, you have an origin, you have an African origin, it is your right that you want to come back home. You have to come back home. It wasn't your fault that your ancestors were taken. All right? It wasn't your fault that the continent was not good to your taste and you want to go get a better life. I'm not seeing anything wrong with that. All right? So when you want to return or you've stayed for some years, you want to come back, you are a diaspora, and this is an opportunity to just hold on to. And I just hope that it gets so good to the latter, because most of the times we see things like this, and then when we want to go into it, we begin to hear some stories that do not follow. All right, I got this clip which I'm going to show you. Then I'm going to go to the news. All right, I'm going to read it out to you exactly what happened, because these are things that sometimes are delicate. We have to, so we don't just bring out news that are not true. All right.
This message is for my brothers and sisters from the US Caribbean. If you miss the year of return to go to Ghana, don't worry. The president of Kenya, President William Ruto, is giving you lifetime free visa to enter Kenya, meaning every black person is welcome to Kenya. And he says it clear. Kenya is your home. It's the cradle of humanity. So no more excuses. You have a second option. Come to Africa.
Your Majesties, I was so happy about this. It's just circulating and I felt like, why not I share this with you? All right, now let's go to check this right in the news. All right, I think it's more, we get some of the word to word. All right, now it says Kenya to freely open its gates to persons of African descent and those who are coming in for business. Now, okay, now let's go to the news itself. All right, he said, my minister for trade, Moses, my minister for trade had informed me that somehow some of our officials made you pay visas to come home. Yes, my president, this has been happening. Even the ones that happens in Ghana, because I know a lot of you, Your Majesty, keep saying they had to pay, they told us to pay some amount of money, they told us to do it, they told us to do that. Most of the times, those who are on the top do not even know what is really going on. It's not left for you to create that awareness. You shout out loud, because we can be so wicked to one another because of money. And it's so, like, that's why I said it's so shameful that I can't even come out here to talk about it. All right. Yes, my president, they collect money. All right. Yeah, they made you pay for visas to come home and ask me to apologize, which I do. All right. When one comes home, they don't pay to come home. He said, oh my goodness. You heard that right? The president of Kenya has said it. All right, Ruto has said it that when you are coming home, Your Majesties, our brothers and cousins, our sisters in the diaspora, you do not have to pay to come back home. It's unheard of, because when I get some of your emails, I'm even sometimes ashamed to reply, because I'm like, but what is really wrong? What is really happening to our people? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Every day we come up here to preach love. I'm still gonna continue, but we have to talk about this. We come on here to preach love your brothers and sisters, love your neighbor as yourself. Let's love one another. We don't really practice these things. We don't practice what we preach, Your Majesties. And that is where the problem lies. Because if we love ourselves as we should, why should you extort money from a brother? Why should a brother pay for returning home? Because I found it so absurd. All right? Okay, I want to promise you that these are his words again. I want to promise you that this might be the last time you are looking for a visa to come to Kenya, because of two reasons. Number one, because this is home. And number two, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And number two, we support wholeheartedly the African in the diaspora. All right, we must remove any impediments to the movement of people around our continent, he added. Oh my goodness, he deserves a round of applause, Your Majesties. Don't you think so? That Ruto deserves this. He deserves our praises. I am happy that he could come out to say this. And if other presidents of other countries come up and say, no, we are not collecting any money, it should be visa free, because it's your home. This is home. You know, there's a difference between home and a house. When they say, I'm going home, I'm going home, you heard it, the sound of that home, it's just so appealing to the soul. I'm going home. I'm ready to go home. Remember the prodigal son, when after everything, he told himself that he's ready, and that he have discovered that all he did was wrong. He said, it's time to return home. And that is the sound I'm getting right now. Because when you're talking about coming home, you do not need to pay to come home. So whoever say you should pay for returning, you should pay to come home, you have to raise your alarm. Raise your alarm. And if it's the right thing, you're going to know. If it's not the right thing, you've saved yourself. Those money that they're going to extort from you out of wickedness, you can use it to start your business, to start your life. And that's what takes me to another thing. Now, the president of Kenya is opening the borders of her country for our brothers and sisters everywhere in the diaspora and those in the continent that want to move here and there in the country. Now, it's not left for us not to abuse this. All right, when I'm talking about abusing it, I just hope you understand me. I know you do not just get angry and turn up. Now you're coming home. Those at home have responsibilities, because I get some comments somewhere. Some persons are like, oh, if they're coming home, they need jobs. All right. Now, you know already the state which the continent is in. You know that even if you're coming home, it's not that you are off the clutches of those people. They are still tying us even here back home in the continent. Apart from that, if you are coming home, you still need some money to purchase a place to stay in. There's no free housing anywhere. Even we ourselves, I don't know, maybe if you want me to do that video, I'm going to do a video of how place a parcel of land cost around where maybe I'm going to show you around my environment. I'm really living with nature. I'm really living with nature. We're living with the birds. Where we're staying, just a developing place. You see trees. The trees are everywhere. We're living close to a water down there. There are trees everywhere. Towards evening, it's so beautiful. Maybe one of these days, I'm going to show you around where we're staying. We had to buy this place. It's 100 by 100. We bought for roughly $1,000 and $1,005. I don't know. Okay, $1,500 roughly. All right, that's the amount we used in purchasing the land on its own. Because my husband bought the place Then we started developing this place and then trying to make it a place where we can live in. All right. One thing with a place where you bought yourself is it's your home, it's your own. You have the paperwork, you have everything. And around me here, there are other places. Most of the places you see, people are coming gradually because when we came here at first, I know it was before you could see a neighbor, it's far away. Like I told you, we are living with nature. Like I'm living with nature here. All right. Now you need some money to get a place because I'm saying this to you so that you know that even we here we use money to purchase where we stay because we're not staying right in our own village. We are out in the town. Of course, we have to come out to the town to look to hustle for daily bread for our children. You get the point. So you have to live where you are so you could come out and get one or two things so that your life can be moving as well. So we pay, we bought the place, we develop it ourselves because we don't want to go rent a place. We were staying in a rented place before, and I felt like, why should we be paying such amount of money for renting a place when we can save up and get a place? And it was a welcome idea by my husband, and we planned for it, and then we got this place and start developing it, and here we are. All right, it's something that there's this fulfillment you have when it is your own. You have the paper for it. It's your property. You get the point. So what I'm saying in essence is that we bought this place. Even though we are Africans, we are living in Africa, we have to still buy a place because you can't just go to a place and go live in it. I don't know if you get my point. Yes, you need to work. You have to work. You have to get where you stay. So if you're planning to come back home, just have it in your mind that you're going to save up to some point where you can come buy a place. It's not that expensive. Even you can still get a place for $1,000 depending on the environment. You can get a place for around $700 depending on the environment. What I'm saying is these things are things that it's not so impossible. If you check the amount which you pay for a rented apartment, all right, you check what you pay a year. It's more than what you can even buy a place here and develop it to some level where you can live in it. Now you come back with the idea of the development, the business you are in, or you know about some other business you can do. You come down and then you also do that thing. You can go into your farms. Mind you, I have a farm just in my compound. I have a granite farm and other things that I'm going to show you as well if you want to see them. All right. So you can plant things around you, eat from nature directly. I don't know if you get the point what I'm saying. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So it's important that before you come, you plan for what am I coming to do? What job am I coming to start doing? What business am I venturing into? When you have some savings, enough for you to get a land, to develop it that you could live in. You have a little amount of money remaining for you to get some business moving. Maybe if you want me to do a video about businesses that are moving right now in the continent that people really go into, I'm going to take that time. All right, ask me questions. I'm going to take that time, do a video, even if it's for me to go out and get a survey. I'm still going to do that for you if you want that, Your Majesties. All this is just to help us live better together. All this is to help us have a better vision of, okay, if we're going to move down today, this is what I'm going to do there. There's nothing for free. There's nothing for free here. We are still all struggling to survive. But at the end of it all, you are at home. You are with nature. And you will cope in no time because that is where you belong. What do you think, Your Majesties? Leave your comment and thought there at the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, always. Always. Bye for now.